Bine ați venit la încă un interviu în Lăsă Club. După cum știți, obiceiul nostru este să aducem cei mai buni oameni în domeniul lor din România sau, de ce nu, din lume. Și în această ocazie, în acest interviu, avem posibilitatea să stăm de vorbă cu, într-adevăr, unul dintre cei mai buni oameni în domeniul digital marketingului din lume. Este vorba despre un om care a fost considerat unul dintre, probabil cel mai bun influencer în digital marketing, unul dintre cei mai buni marketeri online din lume. De fapt, a fost considerat în top 10 cei mai buni marketeri din lume și a primit mai multe premii. De exemplu, de la Wall Street Journal, care l-a denumit top influencer în online. Forbes a spus că este în top 10 marketeri online. Entrepreneur Magazine a spus că a creat una dintre primele 100 cele mai briliante companii din lume. A fost recunoscut ca top 100 de antreprenori, în top 100 de antreprenori sub 30 de ani de către președintele Obama și tot în top 100 de antreprenori sub 35 de ani de către United Nations. Este vorba despre un om care a lucrat cu firme ca și Amazon, NBC, GM, HP, Viacom și alte companii foarte, foarte mari din lume sau inclusiv a ajutat și firme micuțe, a ajutat și firme medii, inclusiv noi am învățat foarte mult de la el. Este vorba despre nimeni altcineva decât Neil Patel. Unii dintre voi l-ați cunoscut probabil la o conferință în România, a fost deja în București, unii dintre voi poate îl urmăriți online, iar pentru unii dintre voi o să fie pentru prima dată când intrați în contact cu un om extraordinar. Așa că interviul o să fie pe Skype, pregătiți-vă pentru notițe, luați-vă o hârtie, un pix, și notați-vă ideile care vi se par interesante pentru businessul vostru. Am pregătit o grămadă de întrebări pentru Neil. Sper să reușim să le acoperim toate, dar mai presus de orice, sper să luați de acolo informații utile pentru voi și pentru afacerea voastră. Pregătiți-vă pentru interviu. Neil, welcome to our interview and it's a pleasure to have you today and I'm excited to ask you a few questions about your opinion about the online marketing and also about your life as a top influencer in the internet. So I already told the people who are watching this interview a few things about you, but if you could tell us with your words, what do you do right now, just to have a view about your activity?
Sure. So my name is Neil Patel. As you already know, I blog on neilpatel.com, serial entrepreneur, created companies like Crazy Egg and Hello Bar. In general, what I'm doing right now is I just help people grow when it comes to marketing. I have an agency called Neil Patel Digital, and we just help people get more traffic and conversions and sales.
So do you work with any kind of business, or you just work with bigger businesses, or the agency, I mean?
We work with all types of businesses. Like we have clients that are like Fortune 100 companies.
Mm-hmm. But also small business owners from anywhere in the world, they just can learn from you, like from your blog. And
all business owners, we don't work with typically the smaller companies, but the bigger ones can work for free.
Okay, great. So, Neil, in one of your articles in Forbes, you said that going to college was your biggest regret and that you wasted 5 years of your life with that. Why do you think that going to college is not suitable for someone who wants to be an entrepreneur?
Sure. Going to college is... You don't need it, and the reason you don't need it is college gives you a lot of old information and materials, and the purpose of college is to teach you how to think and potentially survive, but it doesn't teach you how to grow a business. It's supposed to, help you learn how to think, but it's more so you're reading a textbook and you're giving responses and doing tests based off of what you read, instead of learning based off of real-world experiences and applying everything that you've learned.
So, an entrepreneur who doesn't go to college, where should he learn from? What kind of other sources do we have in order to learn more about entrepreneurship?
You go to conferences, you just go out there and you try to be an entrepreneur yourself, and you learn through experience.
Okay, just hit the wall. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your first business, because we have people who are watching this interview that are in the beginning also, so they are startups or wannabe entrepreneurs. Could you tell me a little bit about your struggles in the beginning? Was it easy to start? Right now you are so influential and so many people are working with you and following you, but how was it in the beginning?
Yeah, in the beginning it was much more difficult, and I started a website. It was related to careers and jobs. It didn't do well. And the reason I would say it was difficult is because there wasn't a ton of websites out there that would teach and educate and show you the ways. Now there is. Mm-hmm. It's more competitive now, but there's so much more education, right? So it's like that makes life easier. When I first started, I learned by just trial and error. Mm-hmm. So I'd go make a change, and then whatever happens, and whatever didn't.
Mm-hmm. If you would have the chance to start over again right now, what would you do differently?
If I had to start over again right now, I would focus. I've done too many things.
Mm-hmm. So just choose one and become the best in the world in that one.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But in the meantime, you told me that you are a serial entrepreneur. So being a serial entrepreneur doesn't, it's focusing in one thing and then being serial entrepreneur. These two don't match. So what can we do? Because maybe there are also people who would like to have more businesses. But what's your opinion about this?
Sure. You could have more, but there's not enough time in the day for one business, right? We're limited on time, so I would just focus. Being a serial entrepreneur is fine, but people should just focus on one. Why be a serial entrepreneur when you can just keep growing and growing your business? Google is one company, or Alphabet now, and of course they can acquire companies, so you can be a serial entrepreneur within your organization and keep expanding. You don't have to start new businesses. You can expand your existing one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. So let's talk about a little bit about marketing. What do you think in 2018 would be the best online strategy for a business to grow? I mean, medium, big businesses, should they focus on in this year?
Yeah, they should end up focusing on, if you're trying to grow right now or in the long run, they should focus on really just hitting hard with social media marketing, SEO, and content marketing. When you combine all three together, companies are just starting to grow so much faster from an inbound approach.
Mm-hmm. When you say social media, what kind of social media platforms? Any of them or just...
You have to pick the ones that are most relevant to you. So it could be Facebook, could be Twitter, could be LinkedIn. If you're in B2B, if you're in B2B, LinkedIn works better. If you're selling e-commerce products, Pinterest works better, right? So you got to test which network is best for you.
Mm-hmm. Do you also work with companies from different continents?
I do.
Do you see differences in these continents that different social media networks are working in those continents? Yeah.
Yeah. For example, in Saudi Arabia, Twitter is really popular.
Okay.
Right? Twitter isn't popular in Latin America.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Brazil, no one cares to use Twitter. They all want to use Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. Do you see the difference between Europe and the United States? Because we use...
Very similar.
Yeah? Okay. So if somebody wants to extend from Europe to sell in the States, they would use mainly the same channels as in Europe. Okay, great. You are known as an expert in copywriting. What would you say is the recipe for great copywriting?
Answer objections. People are going to have some problems. If you can answer these objections, you're going to be good. Yeah. See, when you answer objections, you reduce their concerns for signing up or buying.
Okay, so you would start already selling and answering the objections in the copy.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. That's great. So TV advertising, it's not working as good as it did in the past. Banners on websites start to be annoying. How should we advertise in 2018 without using interruption marketing? And besides, social media platforms and stuff like this, but without using so much the interruption marketing, what's your take on this?
Content marketing is one of the best ways. People have questions, concerns, or looking to learn. Write articles that help educate, that are related to your product and service. People will find you, and as you're helping them solve their problems, they'll sign up for your product or service.
So, and these articles, should we publish it on our blogs or directly to social media or?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Your blog, social media, Medium, LinkedIn, everywhere.
Usually you post one article on your blog and then you share it to different kind of platforms, or you post it in all of them?
I do all of them.
Okay. So what about digital marketing? What is your number one advice about digital marketing for companies who want to grow?
My number one advice for digital marketing for people who want to end up growing is you need to have a streamlined operation. Okay, and here's what I mean by that. You need to look at data. So most people in digital marketing, they just keep trying different things, but they're not being data backed. When you have a streamlined operation, you're looking at things like analytics, your funnel, which area has the highest drop off. Then people go and run tests on that, and then they analyze the tests. And then based on the learnings and the findings, they keep rinse and repeating that process. You need to streamline it all the way from analyzing the data, making conclusions, running tests, analyzing what happened, and then rinse and repeat.
So you're telling me that there is no recipe. We just test and measure everything and see what can we improve, right?
Yes, but the recipe is you have to first look at the data to determine what needs to be done or fixed first.
And this data we can get from where? When you say data, you speak about the data, the information about the clients, or about the behavior of the clients. What kind of data?
More so like data like how would I say, when I'm saying like data like Google Analytics, data like from listening to competitor podcasts and seeing when they're sharing their data, what's working or what's not, using analysis tools like SEMrush to spy on your competitors, but like the whole gamut, not just your own data from Google Analytics, but also the tools out there that help give you data on the whole marketplace as a whole.
One of the questions that I often get from my clients also is how do we differentiate from our competitors? What's your advice on dealing with the competition? Especially in the online, because it's such a hustle, because they are starting to invest, our competitors also, and starting to invest in online, and it's getting crowded. What's your take on that?
Yeah, my take on it when it comes to the competitors, the crowded space, is just produce better marketing. I know that sounds crazy. If
not better product?
You always have to have a better product. If you don't have a better product, you're going to die. Right? Better product is the most important. But better product isn't good enough. If no one knows about the better product, you're not going to do well. So in addition to a better product, because I think that's a necessity for any business. If you want to create a business and you're not going to create a better product than your competitors or a better service, don't even waste your time. But assuming you have that, if your competitors are writing 2,000-word blog posts, you should be writing 5,000-word blog posts. If your competitors are creating graphical memes, you should start creating infographics. If your competitors are just doing blog posts only, you should have blog posts, plus you should have ebooks, plus you should have video content, plus you should have podcasts. In other words, I'm saying do everything and do it better. Marketing has moved to a multi-channel approach. Before, you could be a one-trick pony, SEO or paid ads. Right? Now you have to do content marketing, SEO, social media marketing, copywriting. It's a mixture of everything to do well.
That's great. So massive marketing. You spoke about 2,000 or 5,000 words. What's your take about articles on the blog? Should they be longer or shorter? What's working better these days?
Longer works better as long as it's not fluff. And if it's consumer and humor related, shorter is better. But in most cases, blog posts that are 2,000 plus words work better.
Okay, and in sales letters, should they be longer or shorter?
Longer.
Longer. Okay, some in the end of the interview, some other questions about you personally. What sources do you learn from? Because we have a lot of people in Romania who are learning from you. Where do you learn from?
Conferences. I learn a lot from conferences. I learn a lot from all my blog readers. I learn a lot just from responding to comments on YouTube and Facebook. I learn more from actually responding to comments and connecting with people who read my blog.
Could you give me the name of one of two conferences that you usually go and you return because it's good content and good networking also maybe?
Yeah, War Room. It's a conference by digital marketer, and it's an amazing place for everyone sharing their tactics. And Traffic and Conversion Summit. It's another conference that they have that I love as well.
Okay, that's great. Tell me, Neil, about you personally. How does a normal day look in your life? I know I see that you are in the office. It's in the morning right now in the States, right? What do you do in a normal day?
I wake up, do emails, talk to people, help them grow, help with the team members here, whatever I can do.
Are you still involved in the actionable part of your business, or you are just running the team and they are working with the clients? Do you still have the opportunity to work with clients directly?
Yes, I do. And I don't work too much with clients, but my team does.
Okay. What is, because you are a pretty busy person, what is your best advice about managing our times as entrepreneurs?
Best time advice would be to use a site called Rescue Time. It helps you analyze where you're wasting time and how you can be more efficient with your hours.
Oh, okay. Do you have any app that you are using for this, or just writing everything down?
The app is called Rescue Time.
Rescue
Time.
Time.
Computer.
Okay, great. Good advice. And in the end, just one final question. I ask these questions everybody. I ask these questions the billionaires and the top leaders in the world, and I would like to ask you too. If you would have to leave just one final advice, I mean, maybe let's not think about bad things, but if this would be the last post on your blog, what advice would you give to us from Neil? Your best advice.
Life is too short. Do what you love. Life is too short.
That's a great advice. Neil, thank you very much for your time and thank you for your advices. I'm sure that the people are watching this video will take some good notes from here, and good luck with everything that you do, and hope to see you soon.
Sounds good. Take care.